Well, good morning, magandang umaga, and welcome to today's episode of My PI Dream. Today is Saturday, and as you know, yesterday we put the trap out and we secured the bait in there properly, so we are hoping to catch a raccoon or two. I doubt we'll catch two at the same time. Anyway, I got the fish. I'm going to give the fish a little bit of food here this morning. They had food already earlier this morning, but I think I need to adjust the amount of food that's going from the feeder because it seems like, I don't know, they're extremely hungry all the time, and I think I need to double their dose that goes inside the pond. Yeah. I guess the one earlier this morning was just their appetizer. Well, anyway, what I want to talk about this morning is I woke up extra early this morning. It was like 5 o'clock I woke up, and I just had a feeling. I had a feeling we were going to be successful with our trap, trying to catch the raccoons that have been invading and being pests back here at the koi pond, and being predators to the koi themselves. So I woke up very early this morning. The first thing I did was I looked at the CCTV display. Now last night we had a tremendous amount, a huge storm that came through here. And for those of you who are familiar with storms on the east coast of the United States, you know they can be fast and they can be fierce. And we had one that came through and it was fast and fierce last night. We had tons of lightning and thunder. As a matter of fact, we had a service interruption in our power. It's not like the service interruption like the brownouts in the Philippines. The power actually only went out for a millisecond, but it trips everything. It trips all the power to the electronics inside your house, and also the cameras and things like that. But I reset it again so that we could try to capture it in the event that we had the raccoons that came here by the pond again last night. So anyway, I don't want to give everything away before the intro is concluded. Let's actually go ahead and get today started. And I know you're on the edge of your seats with suspense, wondering, did we catch a raccoon or not? And I'm not going to give anything away right now. So we will continue to go into this saga in the after the intro is completed. So let's go ahead and get today started. So without further delay, let's get today's video underway. Well, as you can see, although the storm did wreak havoc last night, the storm brings a lot of good rain, and we're not having the problem that they're having out on the west coast of the United States. On the east coast, with all this rain, everything is flourishing. The green is just coming alive everywhere. The growth of the banana plants, as you could see, all of the plants and the vegetation here are just, they're just bursting with life from all this rain, which is an opposite problem I believe that they're having on the west coast right now. I was watching the news last night about the drought. Also back here, do you see, remember where we had the raised bed garden back and we put a few pieces of sod back here? Look at how all this is coming in nice and well. Well, that's enough talking about the yard, because I know you came here today not to talk about the yard, not to talk about the storms, not to talk about plant growth and things like that. You came here today to see if we were successful in our battle against these critters that are attacking our yard and our koi pond here. So anyway, let's go back and let's take a look and see if there's anything inside our trap.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Well, indeed, it does look like we were successful, although it looks like Mr. Raccoon here had a bout with the PVC liner that we put over the top for some cover to keep the bait from getting wet. We'll pull off the cover, we'll take a look at the raccoon, and the next step is we need to humanely dispose of him or relocate him to a different location where he doesn't do any harm to our pond or our backyard or the neighbor's garbage and things like that. So let's go ahead and take the cover off and we'll take a look at the raccoon. Well, anyway, it looks like we have the raccoon and he's safe, and we're going to go ahead and relocate him. So I just want to caution you, if you do catch any wildlife in a trap, something similar to this, you have to be very, very careful. Make sure that you don't get bit by the animal, because remember, creatures of the wild, they could possibly have rabies. They're not controlled animals. They don't get vaccinations like your normal domesticated pets, like your dogs and your cats and such animals like that. So when you are moving them to another location, make sure you have gloves, and make sure you have proper distance when you release them, and there's no way that the animal can jump back and get back at you. So what we're going to do is we're going to collect Rocky Raccoon back here, and we're going to put him in the back of the truck. We're going to take him about 10 miles out to the wilderness. There are forests and wooded areas all over here in South Carolina. South Carolina is a major wooded area. There's plenty of places that this little critter here can go and he can thrive, and he can make new friends and make new families out in the wilderness, but not be a danger to the people, like their garbage cans around here, or koi ponds, or a threat to any of the other animals around here in case they do have rabies. Well, anyway, we got the raccoon set out into the wild. He is home in his habitat now, and we have to focus on raccoon number 2. So if I had to score this battle, I would say we are 1-1. Critter 1, James 1. You remember the critters, they got one up on me the first night we put the trap out, and they were able to take the bait away and didn't set off the mechanism, and we didn't catch them, and they were free to roam around the pond. But the second night we caught our first, and tonight we will redeploy that trap again, and then we'll see if we can't catch a second one and make this a raccoon free backyard zone back here. We'll see. But even if we get rid of those two, there's no telling how many more are out inside the woods here. But we'll keep working at it, and that's something I want to talk about, and it has to do with goals. And it doesn't matter whether it's a goal to build Feliz back in the Philippines, or if you want to better yourself with education, something like that. If you have a goal, you can achieve anything, but it's not just the goal. There are two other things that are part of the equation to be successful. Always remember, if there's something that you want, you put it down as a goal. Then you have to have a plan, and your plan is going to be some type of an execution to achieve your goal. And to make it all work, part number 3 of this great equation is you have to execute that plan. You have to follow through. So if you do that with anything in your life, you can achieve pretty much anything that you want to. All you got to do is you have to have determination. Anyway, I want to show you something Ness and I picked up on the way back from delivering the raccoon to his new home. Anyway, we stopped by. Remember the Flower Town gardens that we stopped by about a month ago, where we got the stonework for the pond? Well, they still didn't get in the additional koi fountain that we were looking for, so I went ahead and made a decision to go ahead and at least get the one, and here it is right now. So what I have to do is I have to find some of the plumbing that's going to be able to connect up to this port over here. Remember, we're using that to just kind of help. We're using it as a TPR jet right now, but it doesn't need to be used as a TPR jet. And we will go ahead and at some point I will get that koi fountain hooked up. We'll have water shooting out and you'll be able to see it from the backyard. Now I still want that second one, so what I might do, when I build the base for it that's going to have the pipes that go to that valve assembly inside there, I might add another port inside there, so when the new one comes in, if the new one comes in, we just set it right on top. We asked the fine folks down at Flower Town Gardens if they would go ahead and try to get that in, and they're still trying to pursue from their vendor to see if they can get that in. So anyway, I'm going to conclude for today. Again, this saga is not over. We are still trying to catch the rest of the varmints that are invading the koi pond area and potentially causing damage to our koi fish. So tonight I will reset the trap. I'm going to wash it first, get all the scent of the old raccoon off of it, clean it, we'll rebait it, and we'll see if we can't be successful for a second night in a row. So we'll end on that right now. So if you enjoyed today's video, please give me a thumbs up. Please share, and if you have not subscribed, just click on that little My PI Dream heart in the bottom right hand side of your screen. You'll be subscribed and you'll be notified the next time I upload a new video. So until such time, you have a wonderful and blessed weekend.